You guys ready to start?
I don't know what they did.
You ready to start?
I don't know what they did.
All right, I'll call the meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance. Yeah. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so first item on the agenda is meeting minutes. Thank you. No, let me back that up. Let's look for any public input. Any public input?
Hi, Frank Fraser, Lyford Road. I'm here speaking for the Cotton Valley Rail Trail Committee for the rail trail. And two things. First off, I want to thank the Selectmen for letting us paint the crosswalk at Clark Road. And just a heads up, we'll repaint it again. It wears off, so we will repaint it here sometime in the next month or two. And the second thing is also at that crossing at Clark Road is we've got an input from several members of the public and from the folks that live in, and I'm afraid I don't remember their name, that live in Ernie Brown's old house, that since we paved it, people fly, because it no longer is a real bump, people fly. And we put up those two yellow signs with the Selectmen's permission a 3 years ago that say, recreational, trail coming ahead. There's one down below Lenny Abrahamson's old house, Joni Abrahamson's house, and then there's one just past Harriet's house from both directions. But they don't appear to be slowing anybody down. And so I've been asked to ask you if it would be okay, and it would be at the expense of the Rail Trail Committee would do the expense, is put up a crossing crosswalk sign right at the trail, right where the crosswalk is. The one where they show little people with their feet, and they're usually about this big. There's several different varieties of them. I was over in Wolfboro today, and I think there's like 3 or 4 different varieties of them. But basically right there at the crosswalk, so that drivers are aware that that is a crosswalk. Hopefully it'll be a little more effective than what is there now. So no immediate decision. I'm not requesting an immediate decision tonight. Just I'd like you guys to discuss it and let us know, because it is town property. The road is the town, so we don't want to do anything without your permission. So those two things. We've done some cleanup. We're going to do some additional cleanup on the trail. There's one section of the trail that is in the direction between Clark Road and Wolfboro, in the area where there are some picnic tables out there. Just a little bit past the picnic tables, the 1 mile marker, basically 1 mile from Clark Road. There's an area where the trail is getting quite narrow. It's being washed away. And we're going to do some trail repair there to widen it. That's getting to be a safety issue. So that's the only maintenance items I'm aware of here in Brookfield. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the...
And it's getting a lot of use.
We're getting feedback, Frank, that we're starting to have a lot of parking on the road down there. Any comment on parking? We're getting feedback on parking.
Well, we've created as many parking places as we possibly can there. So I haven't seen too much road parking. There is on the sides, but there's room for cars to park there without impeding traffic. There's those 2 spots.
I guess there's more than that. So we're getting feedback. Well, my point is we're getting feedback.
Okay, good. I will pass that on to the board. But the state right of way is only 50 feet from the center of the rails, 50 feet on each side. So there really isn't. We've already used up most of the area that we physically can to do parking, without doing some major excavation or something like that. So, but I'll bring it up to the board. Thank you. I'll pass it on. All right, that was it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other input?
It's not about that, it's something else.
State your
Very-
name, state your name, please. Steve Berry, 181 Wentworth. I sent an email along asking to be taken off as the second on the communications, and I was wondering if y'all had seen that. I sent it in by email.
I don't think I did see that.
I recall it, I
Okay.
recall seeing that. Did we did not eliminate that committee, did we?
Steve's talking about the one with the county.
Yeah,
Yeah, the county one that was formed, we joined that district a couple, 3 years ago.
correct, yeah.
I'll make it.
Yeah, Marshall is the lead on it, in fact, he's secretary to it right now.
Okay, and you're opting to no longer be on that committee?
Correct.
Okay.
I was an alternate on it.
All right, we'll have it removed from the webpage.
Is that the Carroll County Communications District? Is that the process?
Yes.
That's the one.
Okay.
Okay. Second thing, in theory, if the state of New Hampshire were to give a plot of land over on Level Lake to Brookfield, might you consider receiving it?
I can't, would we consider it? Yes, we would consider it.
Okay,
I can't tell you we would take it, but I would certainly entertain it.
okay.
You said Level Lake.
You did say.
Well, no, Kingswood.
Okay.
Oh, Kingswood, okay. Because you did say level.
Yeah,
Okay.
Would that be open to the public?
that would be open to Brookfield, because Brookfield would own it.
We would consider it.
Okay.
Only if it cuts through Rich's yard.
No, it's before his house.
Is there a boat launch there?
It's different than Big Boat Launch.
No.
No. No, the one I'm trying to play with is, I think it's map 7, lot 11. It's not a good spot for a boat launch because it's shallow, and you've got huge boulders just beyond it. So, you know, a boat launch would not be feasible at all, unless it's a kayak or canoe. That would be about it.
Okay. Just one question for you. You're leading me to believe that you know something.
No, I'm asking questions to Fish and Game, Department of Dams, and State of New Hampshire,
Okay.
and the legislature.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Any other public input?
Chris Kindle, Moose Mountain Road. To Frank's point, I would advise anybody to call the Wakefield Police if you feel like the speed is out of control in the area, because it's up to them to enforce it. No one else can do anything about it. So I tell this to people every day because everyone has the same problem, speeding in town. You gotta call the Wakefield Police to get them over here. They don't spend much time here, so the more people that call, the more time maybe they'll come over here, at least they'll get the bug to come and take a look. And Frank, I have a question for you too. So before you leave, I'd like to just ask a question.
Okay. Any other public input? Okay. Having none, let's move on to meeting minutes. We have 3 sets in front of us. We have April 1st, April 15th, and the joint meeting between the Selectmen and the Records Management Committee dated April 29th. I've gone through them. I don't have any issues. Do either of you have any issues with the notes as written?
I do not.
All right, I will accept the motion. Whatever you want to make it.
I'll make the motion that we approve them.
And specify the dates if you would.
Oh, I'm sorry, the minutes for April 29th, April 15th, and what was the other one?
April 1st.
April 1st.
I'll second.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meeting minutes are approved. Okay, we're going to department and committee reports, and I'm gonna step up front here only because Karen is not here today, so she gave me a little write-up to talk about the town clerk. So I'll read from it. The implementation of the over-counter credit cards is scheduled for Tuesday, May 27th. That's been in the works for quite some time, since the first of the year thereabouts. We should see it go live May 27th. Beach parking passes are available. Again this year, it will be Albee, Cary Beaches, and Wolfboro. Contact Karen for any of the details if you're interested in getting a pass. She will take care of that for you. Dog licenses. Those that did not license their dogs before April 30th still can do it. There'll be a $1 late fee charge starting on May 1, and we're now beyond that point. She has sent out emails and called the owners from at least their current contact information to see why they haven't licensed their dogs. And anybody that has to license their dogs can come into the office during Karen's hours, and she will take care of that for them. Town clerk's office will be closed on Wednesday, May 14th. And the last point is, as most of you know, in the last meeting we accepted the resignation of Liz, and I'm not going to even try to say her last name because I get it wrong every time. But we are now looking for a replacement deputy town clerk. So if there's anybody interested, anybody at home that may be interested, please come see Karen, and she can discuss the position with you. Okay, that's it for the town clerk.
I wanted to say on that credit card machine, it will be on the counter. You can use it when you come in instead of writing a check.
Yep. A lot of people have been asking for it. I think it'll be welcome.
There is a fee for that, right?
I'm sorry?
I believe the fee is not the town picking up, the person,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
the customer will pay the fee, if there's a fee.
There is.
I think there
She
is.
talked about it. I think it was like a 2 or 3%, but don't quote me on it. It was in the, she discussed it at the last meeting, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But,
Reminding people.
yeah. All right, Frank, since you're still here, you want to talk conservation?
I could, or Leah could. You want to do it, or you want me to do it?
You can go ahead.
All right. So conservation, it's a busy week for conservation. We have a meeting on Wednesday night. Everyone's welcome. We also are going to have a guest speaker. That's 6 p.m. tomorrow. Veronica? It's Veronica.
Yes.
From Moose Mountain Regional Greenways, who will speak on any questions and answer questions you have about conserving your land, for private landowners who want to conserve your land. And also talk about the programs that the MMRG offers to the public. They do a lot of things. They have a program called Moosies that they do things for kids. So they do wildlife walks. In the winter they do walk in the snow and you identify tracks, and they do tree identification walks. They do all kinds of stuff. They have quite a full program during the year. So she'll be here tomorrow to talk it. And then on Saturday at 10 a.m. We're going to have a joint meeting with the Heritage Commission, and we're going to have a guest speaker that the Conservation did, who is going to talk about fungus, mushrooms, Mr. Mushroom, but about how important fungus is to the food web life, to all of our life on the planet. And he's specifically we asked him to talk about fungus mushrooms that we might see here in Brookfield, both good and bad ones. So he's going to talk about, he's done a lot of research on the fungus and mushrooms in New Hampshire, quite knowledgeable, and hopefully he's going to give a really informative talk. And there will be munchies. I talked to Mary Lou. There's going to be munchies and baked goods provided, and coffee, as long as you and I showed me how to start the coffee pot.
We can do that.
I was just asked to do that about 20 minutes ago. Okay. So that's what's going on with conservation. While I'm here talking, We've got more work planned in the town preserve, which is the 250 acres off of Lyford Road and Cottle Hill Road. And we're going to put up more trail signs. We're going to develop a couple new trails because there's now a lot of new area after the logging has opened it up for additional trails, and just do more input. And we're going to have some public tours down there, but that's been postponed to the fall. So we will notify everybody when we do that. But welcome to go enjoy. It's town-owned land, and the Conservation Commission is going to try and help it make it more accessible with more trails and more signs, and make it open, more available. It's a great place to walk, great place to take kids, all that kind of stuff. No four-wheelers, please. No motorcycles, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Jen? Dr. Gaffney?
Sure. Actually, I'll add one more thing on to what Frank said, which is we got coverage of our Earth Day cleanup in the front page of the Granite State News. So just a little press on there. For the Gaffney, the Megazette is out. I just couldn't print today, so there's lots of programs. But the one thing I wanted to talk about is I attended the New Hampshire Library Trustees Association workshop, which is all day last Thursday. And I hit programs that were of interest, which was some legal issues around book banning, artificial intelligence, and then accessibility. So I got a lot of great information on that. The one thing that I was really interested in, there was a vendor there, an interior designer, and she does acoustics evaluations. And so I talked to her about the townhouse and the acoustic issues we have. So she said she'd be willing to come over, talk to us about, potential solves and the things that we might be able to do. And part of that would just be to get recommendations and then also a sense of cost, because without that we don't know, what we don't know. Can I go on to Heritage?
Sure.
Okay.
We're up next anyway.
Great, okay. So we were supposed to start painting the front of the building on Monday, but because of the rain all week, it's postponed until we get some better weather. I had the RFP ready to go for roofing contractors. We have one identified. I have a second potential vendor. Also, you mentioned you may have a couple of vendors that I can reach out to.
Yeah, I'm working, he's waiting to get back to me.
Okay, great. If you can let me, or email me, or call me,
Yep.
whatever, that'd be great. So that's that. We are working on 2 grants. Both are non-matching for the town. One is the Moose Plate Grant, which is up to $10,000. We've submitted a letter of intent, so I will hand this to you. I'm gonna just pass that around. And if that's accepted, it is for to cover the cost of digitizing our yesterdays, the history of Brookfield. If that's accepted, then we have to provide a proposal by June 16th. So we're waiting to hear on that. The other is T-Mobile. They have projects for up to $50,000 unmatched that will help us jumpstart projects to build stronger communities. So I think we have a really good story for that. We met last week as a commission and we talked about the project being kitchen renovation. So we are getting 3 quotes. We met with one vendor yesterday and she's measured the kitchen and then she's going to give us a quote for that. When we submit that quote, it'll either be the fall or the winter, which is either July to September or October to December. We have to have a shovel-ready project, and we have to be able to use those funds within a year if we're lucky enough to get it. So, and we're getting 3 quotes. So that's it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, next up is planning board's not here. Do you want to add anything to the planning board?
Meeting Monday.
Meeting's Monday. Chris, road agent.
All right. I got some paving contracts for you to sign. So if you want to do this, budget, but I'm fine taking that money from the operating budget for the road agent, if that's what we need to do. So I'd rather see this get done than push it off. At the work session, I know you guys voted on not doing the chip sealing, but I did go back to them and got the price lowered, 10 cents a square yard. That's the best price that they'll do, no matter how much you do. When it was quoted a year ago, they said $3.25, but as you know, everything goes up every year. It's petroleum based, so if you choose to do the chip sealing, it'll put us a little over budget, but I recommend we do it. That is the contract for that, with a new price of $64,045.
That one's for the chip sealing?
That's for chip sealing on Stone Road. That's from town line to town line. Next thing is the one that you did vote to do, which is Moose Mountain Road, the reclaim and 3 inches of binder from Austin's house to the bridge. And we don't need to sign the third one because it was encumbered money from last year for Holly Lane, Roberts Road, and I did add in Sanborn Road. It's going to be on that previous contract, so
And how much is that one? I forget, 50 something?
the total is going to be $64,465. That's with Holly Lane, Sanborn Road, and Roberts Road.
So think keep it.
Yeah, well, I think.
I have it right
Oh, you
here.
got the total?
So the total for those 3 projects is $174,460.80. And what we had budgeted was $150,000 for asphalt maintenance. And then there's some encumbered money from last
I
year.
think it was 50 something. 53, I think.
It's
So you shouldn't,
53,530.
yeah.
The difference, by the way, in the chip sealing is $2,800 from the price quoted last year to this year. So if you want to move forward on the chip sealing, I'd need that one signed, and that one you voted on during the work
Where is the place to sign?
on the second page right here.
Can you give me the amounts for the chip sealing and the Moose Mountain reclaim?
Yeah, the chip sealing is $64,045.80. And the Moose Mountain, the section of Moose Mountain Road, $95,480.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we authorize to proceed on the Moose Mountain Road with a sum of $95,480.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I thought the last meeting you wanted Stoneham Road skipped. Are you rescinding that decision?
We did, he came back with a new figure that was slightly less,
Okay.
and we're going to consider that. We haven't
Okay.
decided that yet, but
Thank
we'll
you.
consider that in a second. All right, any other discussion on the Moose Mountain project? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so this will be signed. Leave that one back to you. The next one is the Stoneham Road, town line to town line. In the amount of $64,045.80, and it's for the chip seal. Right, any discussion on that? When we talked about it at the last meeting, we decided not to do that because it was going to put us over the top on a budget standpoint. So Chris is asking us to reconsider.
So did you figure out how much over budget, I mean, how
Yep,
many?
it would be 24,460.80.
I want to ask Joanne a question.
Oh,
Now, you-
I don't know, my expenditure.
We put $150,000 for paving in the budget.
But, yeah,
We encumbered $50,000 from last year. Can I add those two numbers together to say we have $200,000 for paving?
yeah.
So then with 170 whatever, we're not over budget.
No, we are. The 174 does not include the encumbered money.
Well, Chris is saying that we're gonna be over budget by
24.
24,000, which I mean, in
We
the,
put 150 in the budget, and we have 50,000 from last year.
Mhm.
That's in addition to the 150.
Mhm.
That comes to 200.
So the total would be about 225.
Right.
Oh,
That's
so
at
you're not,
53.
okay, so
The
you're,
the encumbered money I kept separate because
Oh.
that's,
It's already under contract.
yep,
so,
okay, that's what I'm trying to clarify.
okay, so I was gonna say that we budgeted summer maintenance supplies and road paving. I think we increased it a little bit we have 40,000 in that. And in our summer maintenance, we have 113,000.
Yes, I think, I understand that. I didn't know where the encumbered money came in, but you took it out.
I took it out just
Cover the
so we would
contract.
have a number to deal with for this.
So we are indeed 174-ish.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. So it sounds to me like there are funds available. We might have to do a little, accounting journal entries to match it up. But I think Chris's point is well taken, and that Stoneham Road was redone not all that long ago.
We paved it last year for the purpose of chip sealing it this year.
Right.
And the only reason it's over budget is because of the Moose Mountain reclamation adding another inch to that binder. That's what, that added about $30,000 to the, so without putting in the heavier asphalt, we would have been right on target for budget, but with that upgrade, that pushes us over, so. And like I said, these two items, I know it's over budget, and if it has to come out of the operating budget for the road agent, I think, in my opinion, it's worth it to get it done.
And I agree with that sentiment. We've invested a lot of money on Stoneham Road. It looks good. We need to preserve it, and that's exactly what the intent of chip sealing is to make it last that much longer. So I will make a motion that we approve the chip seal on Stoneham Road to the amount of $64,045.80.
I'll second that.
All right, any discussion?
So what about, so when I look at the summer maintenance, what about tumble down? Do we have to do anything up there?
We are not going to be doing anything this year. Supposed to have a meeting in the next week with an engineer out there. So it would be my guess with permitting engineering, it's going to be next summer. I highly doubt it's going to get to a point where we could do it this year. And there would be no funding for it this year anyway.
Is there any other big summer things?
Not that I know of. The Moose Mountain Road thing is the biggest, barring any storms like we've had in the past.
Right.
But
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, I'll take it to a vote. All those in favor of going forward with the Moose Mountain proposal, $64,045.80, signify by saying aye.
Stone, that was Stone over the workshop.
I'm sorry, Stoneham. Corrected, Stoneham Road, thank you. I got the amount right.
Yes, you did. And the town.
Okay, again, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None?
now we can get started right at the bottom there. So
Okay,
got it on
so
one page.
this is carried as well. There you go, Chris, thank you for bringing that forward, and thank you for the extra work to lower the cost a bit for the town.
I am going to be away for a couple of weeks, starting May 17th to June 1st. If there's any problems, still contact me. There'll be somebody here to take care of any issues. Next thing, do you want to hear from the timber monitor?
Where
You
is
didn't
that
even
in
put
our
them on the
agenda?
list.
Yeah, how much we got? We might as well, you're here, let's do it.
Okay. This is an intent to excavate for the Smith pit. The check is attached to the back that needs to be mailed to the state.
Okay, this is map 11, lot 1, off Tucker and Governor's Road. Gravel is 15,000 yards, sand is 1,000, stone products 500 for a total of 3,000 yards. And as Chris noted, there was a check attached made out to the state of New Hampshire for the excavation fees they charge. I'll make a motion, we approve the notice of intent to excavate on map 11, lot 1.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Can you just give me the 3 sets of numbers again? I got the 15,000 for the gravel, the 1,000 for
1,500.
15?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Okay.
1,500 gravel,
Yep,
1,000 sand,
yep,
500 stone products, total is 3,000.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is this the area? Municipal assessing officials?
Yep.
Okay, we'll get that, you need all of us on that one. So we'll get that to you and
All right, so here is the tax warrant for last year's excavation on the same property.
Okay, map 11, lot 1, gravel tax warrant in the amount of $19.70. I'll make a motion, we accept the tax warrant for $19.70 on map 11, lot 1.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And we have two report of cut warrants here, timber yield tax warrants, and those also need your signature.
And these are result of cuts we approved last year.
Yep. Those are timber harvest done in the 2024-2025
Okay.
tax
Okay,
season.
one of them is for map 28, lot 10 and 10A. Total tax yield due is $68.83. The next one is on map 19, lot 1. Total tax yield is $2,509.13. I'll make a motion, we accept both tax warrants.
And forward to the tax collector for execution.
Yes, and forward them to the tax collector for collection.
I'll second that.
Been motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, we'll get everybody's signature on these.
Thank you.
All right, back to the department and committee reports. This is done. Rose is not here. Leah?
I don't have too much since Frank talked about the Conservation Commission stuff. Just wanted to remind everybody that my office is going to be closed next week, Tuesday through Friday. I'll be back Monday the 19th because I will be gone to the Risk Management Summit. I don't yet have the website comparisons for you to tell if you want to stay with Civic Plus or not. I'm going to be working on that. We did right to know training in the office this afternoon. And we had a near miss incident where someone was sitting in one of the selectmen's chairs and leaned back and the whole chair just tipped over and they fell down. Luckily it was funny, nobody got hurt. But then you had spent, what, a good hour putting together the chairs a little tighter so they're a little safer.
And I gotta say that I'm disappointed in both of you for not noticing.
The chairs are better?
Yeah.
Very, we don't even need new ones.
There you go. All right, anything else, Leah?
And we'll discuss that further at Joint Loss Management, which is on May 19th at 6 p.m.
And I will follow up with that near miss report for our policies. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right, Joanne?
Yeah. We received the town assessment for Governor Wentworth Regional School District for 25-26, and I am saddened to tell you that there is an increase of $276,000 for the next year, starting in July. This will be the payment increase, starting in July. So it's a significant, I think it's
That's the cumulative, that's not gonna be the increase in July.
No, it's the cumulative,
Cumulative.
yeah. So I just wanted to tell you that, share that. The trustees of the trust funds, I think I emailed you the copy of the form that they are proposing. Did you guys have any input on that? It's when we make a request from the trustees, or we give them money or they give us money, depending on what we voted on. The only thing that I thought we should do is at the bottom, we should put that we adopted this form, so that it's a record that, but did anybody have any questions or?
Yes, I did.
Oh, Rich does. And Meg is here. I think Meg was part of the author of this.
Yeah.
Number D,
Uh-huh.
requires signature of the selectmen and a cemetery trustees.
You don't think it should say selectmen?
I don't think it should say cemetery trustees.
You don't think it should say cemetery trustees?
No.
That's who has been approving the bills for the town cemetery.
The selectmen are authorizing it. So
Okay,
we have authorized the trustees to do that.
okay. So you want the selectmen to sign?
I think so.
Okay.
We're agents to expand on the warrant article,
Okay. On, right,
on number D,
on the private cemeteries or the town cemetery?
the town cemeteries.
Okay.
The private cemeteries,
Or C, I guess.
and we're not involved with that at all. That's-
But the cemetery trustees have to sign? that one?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I think so.
We'll clarify that is the town cemetery fund, and that the other are the private ones, that the cemetery, number C, will be the private ones.
Yes, I can share, I sent the email to you with the year warrant article data.
Yeah, I have the warrant
So
articles.
that-
Okay,
That's what it's based on.
okay.
And Meg, you were, the trustees were working on what trust funds were expendable, or did you put together
Our understanding is that they're all expendable, but who has the authority?
Right, that's
And
what
the
I meant.
only one that isn't run by the selectmen, as far as we know at this moment, the records are not very clear, which is why we're moving to this technology. It's not technology, but this format, is the Scholastic Achievement Award. And the selectmen have no authority over that because it's private funds. Private donations.
And I don't believe the selectmen have any authority over the trust funds for the burying grounds.
For the private.
The private ones, yes.
Correct. Right. But the common fund and the capital reserve funds are predominantly the selectmen, except for the Scholastic Award.
Oh, that's
Because
what
it's
your point, if that was your
private
point, yes.
That's my point, yes.
Yes.
Right, the private cemeteries are private.
Yes.
So
Okay, so we'll make some adjustments to this
and bring it back to us?
and bring it back to you.
Yeah, include to the signature for approval of the form.
That we adopted. that the
Yeah, and
selectmen
when we
adopted.
adopt it, we'll put in the date
Yeah.
and that it was adopted.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Thank you. Any anything else, Susan?
Yep. The other thing I have is the representation letter from the auditors, and this will conclude the audit. They wanted my signature and then a selectman's signature, and then we'll get our audit complete report. So that needs to be signed. Put that in your sign pile. And then the MS 232, the other one that you signed was a draft. This is the final. And then I have to upload it to the DRA, so those also need to be signed. And then that's it, but I do have a lot of manifests, so a lot to sign. We'll do those at the end.
Yes.
And I will be at a conference, I will be at the NHGFOA conference Thursday and Friday.
Okay, anything else? All right, the next item on the agenda is the resident home occupation permit application, and Gus will do the segue into your reason for being here as well. We have this package, a form for approving a home occupation. Now this is one that's been approved, right? And we just-
Yes.
All right, so this is actually a modification to this form where Leah added the last two paragraphs at the very end.
No, on that one, I just added your signatures of approval on the back,
Okay, got it.
because at the first time, we only had the one signature spot, and that was when you actually approved these things moving forward, not adoption.
Okay, so this has already been approved?
Yes.
So it's a matter of just signing off on it?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll take care of signing this off. You okay with that?
I don't know, you lost me, I thought we were talking about home occupation.
We are. This is home occupation provision. That's the actual filled out form for Gus. This is the form itself. The form was never signed off.
But we approved it.
Yeah, but it was never signed
Oh,
off.
so it's a signature.
So it's a signature issue, correct. We'll put that. All right, so now, segue. Gus,
Yes, sir.
you have filled out a form for home occupation. And your intent is to open an art gallery. Well, why don't I let you speak to your own intent? I don't want to speak for you. So Gus, if you want to stand up and tell everybody what we're...
I'm at Gus Stratton from 251 Wentworth Road, horse farm. Anyway, we have an antique barn there that really hasn't been used for much, and it's a great exhibition space, and I have this huge collection of antique architectural prints that goes back to the 17th century, and I thought it'd be a great place to exhibit it and maybe sell something. So my wife won't let me buy any more anyway unless I sell something. So, so that's basically what it is. We really haven't made any modifications at all to the building other than putting track lighting in there. I have a system where I'm hanging the work using conduit, little clips, and then these S things that hold these plastic envelope frames in which I put the work in. It preserves it without getting water damage or what have you. So that's really all we've done physically to the building. We really haven't done much of anything. There is a sign out front, and the whole reason I decided to go ahead and do this is because there was some issue about signage last time we talked. So the sign, I gave you a picture last time. I don't know if you still have that photograph that I gave you. But it's in the front of our antique barn. It's about 12, 15 feet away from the barn. It sits back about 30 to 40 feet from the road. You can't really even see it unless you're looking for it. So it's not really obtrusive at all. Currently, there's no lighting on it, but I'd like to be able to put some lighting there eventually. It's not going to be neon. It's going to be very subtle, just illuminating the sign from below, just kind of like what we did to the front sign on the street.
Do you have the rough dimensions of the sign?
3 by 3.
Thank you.
It's the same as the Equanimity Farm sign,
Okay.
and it's done by the same sign maker, and kind of kept in the same sort of style. It has a 6 by 6 post and armature with a wrought iron, heavy-duty wrought iron armature that holds the sign. And what else can I tell you?
So
That's about it. The gallery is really mostly on the ground floor and on the mezzanines, wherever there's exhibition space. The drawing I gave you, I don't know if the color's going to come through that, but I brought these drawings here with color and legend to show you what the different, where everything's going to be located. I don't anticipate any noise issues at all. If we get 20 cars in there, I'll be thrilled, but I don't think that's going to happen.
In your application, you note that you have 2 to 6 parking spaces available.
In front, right in front.
Okay, and you also indicate that your clients are going to be by appointment.
Mostly, yes.
For the most part, so it's not like you're expecting
No.
several vehicles there parked and
I doubt
rolling
it.
through your barn to look at the
Right.
architectural.
Yeah.
It'll be by appointment.
We may do that. We may, my wife had suggested putting one of these open signs. I'm not a big fan of them, these open signs that you'll see different businesses put out in front. I'm not a fan of that aesthetically, but we might do that at some point on certain weekends during the summer and fall.
And you also note that you've spoken to neighbors and butters and
Yes.
got no negative feedback in that aspect either. So I have looked at this, I've gone through it, and I think it's very detailed and I think it's very thorough. And I have no objections to approving this. So I'll make a motion that we approve Gus's request for home occupation business for 251 Wentworth Road in Brookfield.
I'll second that.
All right, motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries. All right, Gus,
Thank you.
we'll get this signed off and copy it to you.
Thanks.
Put it back on. Okay, we have another procedure here in front of us, and this is the one
That's the one.
Okay, this one is a minutes procedure for town offices for recording meeting minutes. We had approved it before, and we amended it by adding the last 2 paragraphs, which specify that the approved minutes need to be added to the binder, and that the binder contain no more than 2 years plus the current year. So it's just fine tuning what was already out there. The subject matter is not significantly changed in any way. So I'll make a motion that we re-sign the Brookfield meeting minutes procedure.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, next item up. Okay, we have the tax collector's warrant, the property tax levy for 2025. What this does is it authorizes our tax collector to send out the tax bills. That's essentially what this does.
The first payment. The first payment.
Yes, yes. It'll be good for the full year, won't it? Or will we have to sign another one in the fall? Okay. All right, so this will be for the July payment. I'll make a motion that we authorize the tax collector to collect the taxes.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Is there an amount attached to that?
Yes, there is. Okay, the levy amount right here is 1 million. Oh, wait a minute. There is apparently a typo.
I see it.
We don't want her to take too much.
No, we don't, and I can read it off this because the typo is not here. Okay, I see what happened. All right, the amount is $1,359,124.
What's the typo?
It says 11 million,
Okay.
so there's an extra one.
Well, so I retyped that. I can fix that at the end of the meeting and then you can sign it properly and
All right.
whatever. So it won't be a whole thing.
Okay, so it'll be for the amount as stated.
Yes.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
There's
I'm
two,
sorry.
there's two,
There'll
are
be
there
a
two tax warrants per year? Is that correct? Okay.
There'll be one in the fall.
Is that another 1 million?
I haven't seen it yet, so
Okay.
I don't know, but I think it's probably in that neighborhood.
I believe the budget we passed was for $1 million for the whole year, $1 million something. I thought that was our budget for the whole year, I could be wrong. It doesn't vote.
This includes
School.
the school, the state, this is what the tax.
Ah, got it, sorry.
Yeah,
Yes,
fine.
forgot.
Thank you for the clarification.
Forgot the school.
In the county.
Sorry.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, well, I'm gonna rescind that. so
Yeah,
we
sorry
can
about that.
retype it. So I'll keep them together, I don't want to separate them.
Yeah.
All right, there is two other things that I want to put on the table, but we will not get into them today. They'll be on the agenda for the next meeting. One is a unsealing of non-public meeting minutes policy. We learned a lot also on this today at the Right to Know seminar, webinar that we attended. And there's also a copy of another town's rental of town property agreement. And it's something that we need to discuss as a board if we want to go in that direction. We do rent out the townhouse. We're letting the tables go for the 25th. We've authorized that for a town-wide type yard sale. So this would just protect the town in a sense, because it has a clause in here about damaged tables and repair costs and that sort of thing. So I think it's something that we need to consider. So I'd like to put both of these issues on the agenda for the next meeting.
Ed, do you think the rental agreement would be something that joint loss management should discuss, since those are town assets, and that's kind of what the whole joint loss management thing is about?
Yeah, you can do that. So you want to go on, when is your next meeting?
May 19th.
I would suggest that we wait and see if we pass anything. We may not pass anything on that. We're gonna talk about it in 2 weeks. What if we say we're not gonna do that? Why?
What are you looking to have input on whether or not we should do it or not?
Yeah, and maybe
So that you
some
would come back.
recommendations of amounts and
Okay, so
whatever.
you would look at this and come back and give us a recommendation.
Want to talk about it
I
now?
think we should adopt it.
Want to talk about it now? Yeah, why don't we? Why don't we talk about it now?
All right, go.
We got into a bind because we had a request from a resident to use our tables 6 months in advance. The last fall, they called and said, we'd like to use the tables for a yard sale next Memorial Day. Sounds like a reasonable thing because we've done it in the past. We said yes. Then we have a function developed from a department, the Heritage Commission says, we're going to need the tables. And they made their plans a month in advance, which still was adequate. So I think we made a mistake by accepting a request for facilities that far in advance. If we say you can only ask, say, 4 weeks in advance, by that time we'll know whether we're going to need the facility. Okay, so I think we can change the policy. Let's make it 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever we want, but give the opportunity for the local department to use the resource.
Okay.
Are we gonna charge? Well, we've never done that, we've never had a rental agreement, people come and borrow chairs, people come and borrow tables. It's a small town, the neighbor says, I'm having a barbecue, I need a table and 6 chairs. And we said, just take them for the weekend, bring them back, don't wreck them. That's the way we've operated in the past. That's the way I think we should continue to operate.
The way I read this, the thing it would do would just put the onus of replacement of the tables or chairs, whatever they're using, on whoever borrowed them. That's all, so it's not.
You don't think they would do that? If someone trashed the table, you don't think?
I would expect them to.
I would too,
Yeah.
I would too.
Some sort of agreement like that, though, would make it easier to keep track of who's borrowing what and when.
I mean, it's not like a high demand thing. But let's do this. Let Leah take it to the Joint Loss Management Committee. Let them look at it, come back to us with a recommendation. So if they're not meeting until the end of the month, let's put this back on the agenda for, let's go the second week in June. Or third week, the second meeting in June.
Joint Loss Management is meeting the day before the next Board of Selectmen meeting.
Oh, it's the day before?
Yes.
Okay.
So we should be able to give you a recommendation on the 20th.
Let's put it on the next selectmen's meeting then.
Okay.
All right, and the unsealed non-public meeting policy, that just went out today, yesterday or something?
Last night, so.
Yeah, so we really haven't had much of a chance to digest it. I know I personally haven't. Okay. What we have there? I got another item on the agenda, and Ed, I'm going to look to you. You sent us a copy of some AI-generated meeting minutes a couple weeks ago, and I was quite impressed with it. And I think we would like to know a little more about it.
I sent them over because that meeting was lengthy and there was a lot of talking. So I assumed it would be difficult if you didn't have something to review for details, to get all those details, the action items and what you decided, because it covered a lot of record keeping.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, it's the Municipal Records Committee and Selectmen joint meeting you're talking
Yes.
about.
Well, there was 2 you said.
How long did it take AI to generate? Or I'm sure you're manipulating AI.
Very, very little. See, the process I'm working on is that all administrative assistants really wish somebody else to do the minutes. Because minutes are time consuming and they're very arduous. So since we have a recorder going and there's AI, I also still collect my items manually. Because the AI has trouble understanding who's actually speaking. Now, it has the ability to know contextually, using context, who's most likely speaking. But it doesn't, sometimes that has to be corrected. But since I take stuff down manually, meaning the who's voting, who's making the motion, it then can go in there and figure out, oh, it must be you. It must be Fifield, it must be Zachary. So it can figure that out after a while. And you can tell it to do just a basic municipal minute, or you can tell it to get it with a detailed minute. If it doesn't give it enough detail, you can ask for more. And if you go to my right pane on my website, you'll notice each agenda item now has a synopsis. And that's a super detailed accounting of what happened. It doesn't just give you a transcript, it explains, because AI now understands what's happening, so it puts it into a context. Then at the end of my process, I use all of the data that I've collected, and then I tell it to use only that to create the minutes. And that's where they get super adjustable and easy to put together.
I did note that there were a couple of spelling errors, but it was with names.
That was the first one. And that's because I typed in the name incorrectly.
Oh, okay.
So it basically yelled at me.
All right,
You
so
did it wrong. But the second one you got.
AI is smarter than you, as we know.
The second one that I gave you, the one for the Records Committee,
Yep.
that shouldn't have any errors.
Okay.
And if you notice, when the road agent was talking about the chip sealing and the amounts and the encumbrances, all that's captured in there, very accurately, because that's what you said. And it uses that recorder. So this recorder's kind of far away, but that really picks up your voice good, and that can understand better. So I guess you're asking about what does something like that cost?
Yes.
When my whole website is up to paid members, that will be an option to generate minutes. And it will happen automatically and put somewhere, so if somebody wants to purchase those minutes, they'll be able to purchase. Now I figured out, I spend, believe it or not, about 4.5 hours every single meeting, making sure everything's right. But the AI can do it, what it does, in 5 seconds. Before, I uploaded 6 transcriptions of the county commissioners' meetings. Each meeting was 3.5 hours long. Then I asked for an instant summary, and this AI did this in 5 seconds, and it understood everything that happened in there. It was amazing what it can do. That's why I'm trying to build it into the process. But you still have to watch it. You can't rely on it to do the official minutes, because you still need a human being in there, because it can make mistakes, and it'll tell you. It can't, understand. It mostly doesn't understand who's speaking.
My take was, it was an excellent, excellent draft, but it had to be tweaked a little bit, just as you indicated.
Which one?
The first one was, when Zachar was talking and Zachar, the tax collector, was talking, things got a little confusing. I understand that. But you can sort that out. The rest of it was, I thought it was right on. But you have to still put eyes on it.
Correct. But the purpose of that was so you're more informed to what happened in the meeting. When you're in a meeting like that, first of all, the acoustics in this room is terrible. And most of you have trouble hearing. So if you went home every night and read those minutes very quickly, you'd be able to understand later on. So your decisions would be better, and you'd spend less of our money.
So when do you think it's going to be available?
Excuse me?
When do you think it'll be available?
Well, when the developer gets to that point, there's a lot to be done. But it's easy to generate just from what I've already done.
Is it a program that you use? Is it special?
It's a program that's being designed. So, I've been doing all this stuff manually, and the developer's like, well, what are you using now to do all this? And it's like, I'm typing all this stuff. And he's like, what are you, crazy? What are you doing that for? But this whole process has got to be from beginning to end. I want to be able to upload a meeting and have to go through the whole process, fill out the forms, be able to create the minutes, so everything can be watched. Another good thing the AI can do is I can upload that budget, and it'll keep track of everything you're doing during the budget season. And it catches mistakes too, because it did it at the county. They're supposed to separate their ARPA funds and keep it in a separate pot, but they weren't doing that, so there's an issue there, and it picked that out after that 6-hour meeting.
No, I want to thank you for doing it. I think it's very good stuff, and I'm excited going forward just to see something that you can maybe help us out with on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, like if there's a meeting like that, which is difficult to take minutes on, that's easy for AI to give you just minutes. It's very easy to do.
But it's not off-the-shelf AI, you've got some development around it.
The AI I'm using is Grok, which is the Elon Musk's fastest and most capable AI in the world right now. And it's Grok 3. It's going to be moving to Colossus next, which is 10 times more powerful than this one. So it's going to move really fast. Anybody that doesn't get on board with it, business-wise, is going to lose out. So I'm trying to keep right on it. So your original question was, is how long will it take me to do this? It depends on how long the developer can work all this stuff through. Okay.
You got, I can't hold you to it, but I mean, you're talking sometime this year, you're talking about 5 years.
I'm hoping, it's got to be sometime this year. I can't go any further. I've been doing your meetings since 2011, trying to put together something like this. Trying to put together an engineered software program, and then also keep going to the meetings is really time consuming.
All right, well, I want to thank you. You guys have any other questions for him? No. Rich, you got anything? No.
Now, last thing I have to say is if any minutes are actually missing, and this is the reason why I wish the law, the 91A law, stated that you had to transcribe meeting minutes. Because I think non-public minutes should be transcribed. You should have a recorder going, and an AI could very easily get everything in that non-public all down, because too many times people are going into non-public, and you get the minutes after they unseal them, and it doesn't tell you anything. So you've now removed yourself from the public view, and then you don't know what happened, really, what happened to it. And what's good about what I'm doing is, let's say if something happened and you lost all your selectmen's meeting minutes from now all back to 2011, you could use my information to recreate those meeting minutes. So it's very powerful to recoup anything that's lost. So that's my last statement.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ed, I appreciate you doing that. And I look forward to the future.
When you're talking numbers, make sure you say them real clear.
Yeah, don't add extra ones. All right, you want to do, we are going to go into a non-public session tonight. Do you want to do the manifest first, or do you want to go into non-public?
Doesn't matter to me.
All right, I don't think it's going to take us too long, so I'll make a motion that we move into non-public session under RSA 91A:3, Charlie, Lima, and Michael.
C, L, and M.
CLM.
We need a roll call vote on that.
You also need a second.
I need a
I'll
second.
second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. We'll take a roll call vote
Jim,
from going
I
into
did.
non-public. Austin?
Aye.
Rich? Zachary, yes? Gauthier, yes.
7:06.
That's right, I wait another 2 weeks.
Whoa!
Parking for the rail trail.
Kevin, that lives on, Clark Road. Kevin,
Time, guys.
Rich likes to talk.
Chatty Cathy.
Who was doing all the talking?
I can't hear the thing. 7:47.
Okay, first thing we gotta do
It's not new.
is,
First, make a motion to come out of non-public.
yeah, I'll make a motion, we come out of non-public.
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
And you're gonna do roll call, right?
No, not to
Uh,
come
roll-
out.
Not to come out.
Not to come out. You don't have to come out. You just need a motion if you're going to seal.
Okay, and that's coming.
Yes.
Okay.
All set?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion, I'll ask Leah to read it for me.
Make a motion to seal those meeting minutes?
That's what she's gonna read.
Ed is making a motion to reseal currently sealed non-public minutes from March 5th, 2024, and another set from April 2nd, 2024.
We have the meeting, we have the meeting minutes of the meeting we just had.
Yes, we need to do that too.
We should do that first, and then you go on to other business.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we seal the
Okay,
meeting
I got
minutes
it, I got
that
what
we
you
just had.
I second that.
Okay,
And we want
For
to
how
seal those
long?
5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
And
We're
the
gonna seal
motion is-
the meeting minutes from the, what is today?
Six.
May
Sixth.
May 6th, non-public session,
Yes,
5-year period.
yes.
Motion's been made and seconded.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay,
Okay.
now Leah does,
No.
now you do the thing.
We did a review of the sealed meeting minutes, and I'm gonna make a motion to reseal 2 sets of those minutes.
So Ed motions to reseal the March 5th, 2024 non-public minutes and the April 2nd, 2024 non-public minutes for a term of 5 years.
A motion's been made, do we have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Minutes are sealed.
Mr. Chairman, I hate to say this, but You're resealing minutes that you've already released?
No, they haven't been released.
They were only
They're sealed.
sealed for 1 year.
We're
So they've
extending
been
them.
Oh, you're
reviewed.
extending,
And
so
now,
make
yeah.
that clear. Okay.
Right.
And the original, the sessions you had just before, you're sealing C, L, was that it?
I think
M.
CL and
And
M.
M.
Zealand.
Okay. You should mention the exemption just for clarity.
Right, the resealing is going under C. 91A exemption C. Matters which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of the public body itself.
That's for the two
That we're
resealing.
resealing.
Is that your point? Your point, I think.
You're not
was-
resealing, you're extending
Well,
the
yes,
seal.
extending the sealing of them.
You didn't meet to let them out already?
No,
Okay, just making sure.
So you're saying, though, we should say that when we come out and authorize sealing this meeting that we had tonight? We
Yes, you
should,
motioned to come out of non-public
Yeah.
for C, M, and L.
correct,
You motioned to come out, and you gave the time,
yeah,
and you motioned to then seal those minutes, and then you took a vote.
okay. So it was in part of that discussion. Okay, very good. All right, move on to the manifest. Sorry to keep you waiting so long.
All right. That's my bit done. All right, so I have several, okay? So I'm trying to find the easiest way to do this. I guess, so we have a payroll manifest from April 25th, and Rich has signed it, and Ed signed it, Austin didn't sign it. We have a payroll manifest from May 9th, which is this week's,
This
that
is
has
from
to be
last
signed.
week.
It's really
Last
very
week.
few, it's just Leah's timesheet is attached.
We do that every 2 weeks?
We do payroll every 2 weeks. So if you have it, if I have checks, these were all direct deposits, but if I have checks, I hold them until you meet again, because I don't have a way to, get everybody's signatures.
Every 2 weeks,
Every-
not twice a month.
Every 2 weeks.
Different than twice a month?
Bi-weekly. Bi-weekly.
Different than twice a
Yeah,
month?
Yeah, okay. So,
so these two manifests are for the
okay,
past
so
month?
that one is for Austin to sign, that one was back in, I have put the date on the little pad there, April something.
4/25.
Okay. And so this one is this week's payroll manifest. It's only for $1,880.72. And then I have the payroll tax manifest. I have two. One for April 23rd for $1,613.86.
He understands me that.
And one for May 6th, which is this week, $696.28. Those are for payroll taxes. That
Can you
goes with
please
the
read
payroll.
those amounts again? I'm sorry, I
That's-
know.
You have lost them.
I know, well, I knew, that I have so many,
I know you do.
Lost them.
When you guys
They are not
skip-
with you.
I see that.
You're not with her.
Did you sign that one, Austin?
Yes.
Just put it up,
We're
put it
missing-
up in a pile. Yeah,
We're
good.
missing
Thank you.
something.
What are we missing?
Leah
Tax
just handed
warrant.
me that. Leah
The
has it.
tax warrant
I don't
an
have that.
attachment.
I didn't get the other pages of that. I just reprinted the part that I messed up. I don't know where you put the rest of it.
Oh,
It's in your pile somewhere.
well, it's got to be over here, because you handed me this, so I handed it to you. Tax shield levy, tax shield, travel, and tax
I
excavating.
think you handed both pages to you.
I think you did too. I saw him give you 2 pages,
They
Leah.
gave you 2 pages.
Yeah.
All right, nope.
Did you go into the office to retype it?
Yeah, I did
Not with the
hand
papers in my
you 2
hand.
pages, because I said keep these 2 together.
Yes, you did.
Oh crap, yes you did, I'm sorry.
Yes, you
There-
did.
Yep, right in front of my face.
There we go, that's what I'm looking for.
Paid attention here. I'm watching.
Sorry,
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
long day. Okay,
All the things to be signed, we just.
All my stuff put in that one file that Austin just started, okay? So we don't
okay,
get it all
can you
mixed up.
please read the numbers
Yeah.
from April 23rd?
Okay, all
Now
right.
you got it.
So we have a payroll manifest from April 23rd in the amount of $4,489.01. Okay. We have a payroll manifest from this week, May 9th, for $1,880.72. Just start signing. We have payroll tax manifest from April 23rd of $1,613.86. Yeah, this is, but I want to make sure it's signed in this file. Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. you can sign. And then I have a payroll tax manifest for this week of which is the 9th, $696.28. There's a tab, just sign. Get that one, get that one. Before I move on, let's get these signed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one step at a time.
Keep them going.
Yeah, I know.
Keep them pointing in the same direction. It's like crisscrossing, and you end up missing something.
Okay, so I have the check that, the manifest for the $10,000 check we made out for the deposit on the painting at the townhouse. I don't know if everybody has seen the estimate that we,
That was last year.
I don't know, that's what I used. Oh, yeah, you're right, it's 24.
We signed that last year.
Yep, so this is the manifest, because we gave Jan the check to give to the people, $10,000. So that manifest needs to be signed.
Who's the contractor?
Finer finishes.
Thank you.
Yep, minor finishes. Okay, moving along. And we signed at the work session Chris's check from last week. Which, do you want the amounts, Leah?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you got the 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was, we signed this at the work session. They had $11,047.50. That was for Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, so,
I don't know where a file is. Just got it.
yeah, I'm guarding it in my life. Okay, so Jan Ledbetter gave me a bill today that is for $317.94. Apparently, the Heritage Commission approved replacing the old coffee pots and an electric tea kettle and some coffee tea carafes. This will come out of their account, their separate account, okay? So go ahead, question, I see it.
Well, we don't assign that until we approve meeting minutes.
She attached them.
Excellent. We trained them.
You were at the meeting with them.
Yeah.
She attached the minutes, highlighted them,
Wait, coffee
Excellent.
pots, carafes,
and tea kettle, electric tea kettle. So I have her check, and I also have the manifest. It was last minute, that's why it's not on the other.
how much is?
$317.94.
Who's going to train us on how to use the new coffee cups?
Are they getting like a,
James.
are they getting, oh, I have no idea.
I guess Watson's going to teach us. They'll teach us how to make coffee.
Gonna make coffee.
The new machine.
Yeah. I'm just not curious.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Keurig. Maybe regular drip ones.
For what?
Regular drip pots.
Oh,
Like Mr. Coffee?
Yes.
This is the truck.
Yep. Yep. Okay, now we can do our regular manifest that we do every meeting now that we're caught up. Okay? All right, so Rich, you're gonna be
I'll try.
the checker, right?
Okay, yep.
Is it easy for you to,
I can read them.
okay. Wherever there's like a darkened is where the checks are, okay?
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Good job.
All right. Hold on, let me just get to the checks. Okay. Carroll County Registry of Deeds, $29.46. Consolidated Communications, $144.88. Eversource,
How can I,
I'm sorry, what?
144, what are we getting for that? That went up, right? That's our, oh, that's our telephone.
Consolidated is telephone.
Telephone, oh, one month?
Yeah? Yeah. 1 month, no past due, 0.
I called around last year, we can't get it any cheaper.
Well, it's just, we have consolidated, and then we have Gov Connection, and then we have, there's like 3 that, anyway. All right, Eversource, $25.42, and $191.
You said to read just the big one, you said to read the black one.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Don't read the black one, read all the little ones.
$191.47 and $25.42. Okay, there's 2 for Eversource. Sorry,
Hey, the rules.
I know. Gov Connection.
Wait.
Gov Connection. Oh, Gaffney Library.
Wait.
Out of order, sorry. Gaffney Library requested their $16,000 payment. It's an annual payment, that's what we give them for the whole year, so. You get that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Gov Connection, $248.17. Governor Wentworth Regional School District, $190,220.
Yeah.
Code enforcement, Jeff Greenlaw, his monthly payment is $108.34.
Yeah.
JEM Cleaning Service for cleaning the town office, I mean the town
Yeah.
House.
house, thank you, $100. Okay, there's 2 for Karen Savasic. One is for $36.44 for postage, and the other one is for $39.95 for, I guess she had to send copies. She had to go to Staples and make copies for something for you guys.
Oh, she did the plat maps.
Yes, for me. Kimball Construction, for 1 week, I have $4,522.50. Leah Gage, she has 2, $70 each, 2 for one was for the Right to Know webinar, and the other one is for a hard road to travel training. So they were 2 for 70 each. What's that?
Don't we have an account there?
She doesn't know that, I told her that.
I
Okay.
don't know how to
Thank you,
charge it.
thank you.
I told her.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, we should be able to.
We'll work on it.
We should be able to just have them bill us for that. Okay, Mary Lou McLean put in a bill for purchase of a state flag and American flag and flagpole. She was going to take it out of the Heritage checking account, but it's really a town building, so do you want it to come out of the town? Do you want it to come out of Heritage, or do you want it to come out of the town?
Where's the flag for?
It's for the townhouse, I believe.
Yeah, she replaced both of the flags that are like on the stage in the townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a state flag, we just had the American flag.
So I
And
was
it
going
was
to take it out of,
dingy and stained.
Which budget?
I was going to take it out of the town budget because it's not really
Was
Heritage.
that-
Which budget?
Was
Which
that,
budget?
let me just ask, because
ahead.
if it's coming out of Heritage, they got to approve it in the meeting, right?
Well, that's what
Right.
Joanne's saying, the town should pay for it because it's.
Right.
Right.
I'm just going to verify that.
Yeah, we approved at the meeting that it would come out of the Heritage
You did?
account, yeah.
Okay, so it should come out of the Heritage.
You want it to come out of here? I can just
He's
move it.
saying that it was approved at the
That's what
meeting.
they approved.
Yeah.
I don't have minutes. I don't have minutes.
I do.
Okay.
Okay. And you verified that it is in the
I just didn't think that it was something Heritage had to pay for because it is something that is going into a town building, but it's your choice.
They voted to pay for it,
They did vote to make it.
Yep, that's where it should come out.
and it's gonna be a meeting minutes that are approved.
So I'll move it to Heritage, I took, but that amount, I'm sorry, that amount of $241.65 is going to Mary Lou.
Is it all right if I get you the minutes tomorrow?
That's perfect.
Okay.
State of New Hampshire Vital Records invoice of $64. Lakes Region NHCTCA is a workshop for Karen, town clerk. It is, how much is it? I'm looking, I know.
One hint?
Yeah, would you give me a hint?
You're looking for 75.
$75. Yes, it is, 75.
All right.
Okay, got it. Okay, Porter office machines, which our copier does get a lot of use, $102.97 for overage charges. It burns up. Karen needed a roll of stamps and I needed a roll of stamps before it goes up in price, so $146 to postmaster. Tri-County Community Action would like their money of $1,699 that we budgeted for. Water Industries for $1,231.60 was for culverts.
Yes.
White Mountain Oil and Propane, they cleaned the furnace at the townhouse. Hadn't been done in a long time. $292.97. That's a bargain, I think. I mean, it hadn't been, he said there was all kinds of stuff in there.
It hasn't been done since at least 2015. I don't know how old that
We've
furnace
got
is.
2 furnaces over there, you know.
Oh, we do? Did they clean one or?
Looks like one
They cleaned one. I didn't know there was
I didn't
2.
know.
Where's the other one?
in the townhouse.
That is in the town.
We got 2 over there, you know.
I didn't know that.
No, but I'm asking, where is the
Oh,
second one?
oh.
I know the first one is in the doorway to go into Jeannie's old office.
There's another one right inside the schoolhouse.
I bet they didn't
The
clean
little
it.
No,
hallway?
they didn't, nobody touched that one because I didn't realize it.
I didn't know either.
So,
You want to
You know what he's
contact?
talking about?
yes, I
Little
do
hallway,
know
the
where,
door on the-
yeah.
Do you want that one cleaned as well?
I think they should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been
One
cleaned
got
since-
done.
Yeah,
We should do both, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just another service call.
Okay, that's it for me. I got a total there.
Next page.
Yeah.
215,659.82. 215,659.62.
0.6?
You said 8.2, so.
I'm sorry, 8.82.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to pay the invoice, the manifest as read, manifest as read.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it.
That's it? No
Yeah.
more manifest?
No?
All in favor?
Yes, aye.
So the second furnace is in the same little room that the on-demand hot water heater's in?
Yes, right next to it. Should he clean that also? The on-demand is hot water, is propane also.
Do you need to clean those?
I'm surprised.
Don't give me that look, I don't know, I don't have one.
I have no idea. I would ask him,
I will, yes, I will ask.
if you're gonna do maintenance on the heating system,
Oh, one of them right there.
hot water,
Thank you, service as well.
What about the hot water tank over here, is that propane?
no.
Okay, nobody will touch that.
Assembly line.
Oops.
You guys are doing well.
I have to try to keep them open. Thank you.
Hurts.
$200 some odd to clean your furnace, that's a lot, huh?
I think that's pretty good.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't,
It was pretty gross.
I mean, we shouldn't let our furnace go that long without cleaning, right?
If you get it cleaned on an annual basis, you could probably get it done slightly cheaper.
That's right.
Well, now it's on the schedule that Jan and Craig are creating. Whereas before it wasn't, because we didn't have a date of the last time it was actually cleaned.
Right, because it's good that Jan came up with this, did a schedule.
Yes.
So I got a question then. Where is that schedule? Have you seen it?
She's still
She's
compiling
working.
it according to her.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen a draft of it. When you guys don't meet every 2 weeks, it's really piles up.
Well, that's true too, there was a
Yeah,
3-week
it's
span.
3
It's not
weeks,
usually, it's not. Again, I think it's September.
Happens
Again.
I think it's September.
every quarter.
It's always, twice a year.
Okay?
I think.
Okay.
You're making me doubt myself. You could very well be right.
I think it's quarterly, that's okay, doesn't matter. This is yours, she said, this was your copy.
Yes, yep.
Mine was, I lost mine in the mail.
I emailed it to him, he's fibbing, he just,
But there's a bunch of other stuff we have to sign.
yes, I'm done. That's what
And we got other stuff here to sign. Okay, tax collector, property tax, we voted on this to approve the, yes, that's the one. We voted to approve the minutes, let's keep it going in one direction.
So this goes in the tax collector's box.
Yep, that's the procedure for minutes. And this is Gus's application for a home business. We actually modified the format to include the signature page, and this one didn't have it, the one that he filled out, so I just wrote it in.
One is good. One is good.
Yeah.
We have one business. I told, the last time we did this, I suggested that the person, you're gonna mail that to Gus, the permit,
Yes.
Or have him come to the,
Do you-
come and get it.
we can come get it, but
Do you want us to keep the original, or do you want him to get the original?
I give him the original, and I give him a copy of the approved meeting minutes,
Okay.
where we approved the application.
Okay.
Okay, this is the tax yield on what? The timber harvest?
Yeah, $68.
Okay.
That's gotta be signed by
Well,
us.
the timber yield on was $2,500. Was gravel warrant for $19.
$19.
This is the 2025 intent to excavate for the same lot. This is the April 1st meeting minutes. April 15th meeting minutes. April 29th joint meeting minutes. Where did I miss it? This home occupation I signed on the, after I asked you to put this in, I signed on the wrong.
All right,
So we'll just have to,
I will print them
just
over.
print out page 2 is what we need.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have the MS,
So you got those two at the bottom.
MS
The MS forms, there's a
232
few.
forms.
There's a
We
few.
gotta sign all 4 copies. of
Yes,
this, right?
please, yes, please.
All right, 4 copies of the MS 232.
Here's, Jen's,
And this one, you print your name,
Yeah.
your title.
you want to sign this book later? Another
Is that
time?
the journal? Later.
Later,
Yeah,
later,
well, 'cause
like
I know-
another
I know
day.
you've got at least one more journal entry to make on it.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to shift the fund around. All right. Nope. This is home occupation business applications, this is adoption of that form.
Didn't we adopt this a month ago?
Yes, but you signed in the wrong place.
Sign 'em.
So this is signing it in the right place.
See what happened? I did it again.
But I'm checking.
Well, it says right here that it was adopted on 4/15. but we're not
Thank you,
signing
I
it
didn't
off
see that.
adopted.
That was my, you were signing it after we used it.
Yeah. I think that's it. My hand hurts.
Come on, I'm missing Star Trek.
Chris, these I believe were yours.
Wait, I need copies of those, don't I?
Oh, you get it.
Of their contracts.
Yeah. No. Now, these are all intent to cut, tax levies.
Oh,
Thank you.
The tax levy goes to Rose, doesn't it?
The warrant does.
Yeah,
Did we sign
I have
the
to
warrant?
process it.
We didn't sign the warrant, there's no
Okay.
warrant there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up to, there's no warrant there.
Okay. Okay. All right, I don't think we've got anything else.
I
We've
hope not.
signed off everything we needed. So, I will call for an adjournment. At, what time do you have?
8:20.
8:20. Thank you.
Turn that off.
That was really Zachary.
Where's Joanne going? Joanne, where are you going on your trip?
Where did you go?
Where are you going?
My car. Wow, that was good.